Welcome to another episode of the Gamers Roundtables, episode 68. We do this every week. You can join in on us 7 or shortly after, depending if we're delayed or not. Every week, 7 p.m. EST. Charles, it's EST right now, or is it EDT?
I don't know. I'm not the master of time anymore.
You used to be the master of time.
I used to be the master of time.
Regardless, be here at 7 our time. Just know what it is. So we're gamers that talk about games, and we talk about gaming news and the industry. And whatever interests when it comes to gaming. I'm LeafX, the host of the show here, keeping these fools in line. And we got a full house, actually, in my area today. We got some extra people on, and we've got our people from all around the interwebs, which are still local, except one from America there. But beside me, we'll go down the line and say hello to everybody. We've got a new guest. We got Camille, a.k.a. Gaines, right beside me.
Hello.
And beside him, we've got the wonderful Rage Cage Braden. Hello, Braden.
What's up?
What's up? And we've got the honor of having the President of Canada himself in our space down at the end here. Say hello to the President of Canada, repping his American fellows with those lovely glasses there. Hello, President of Canada.
Did I say you can look at me?
Speaking of America, joining us, we've got Eric from the actual land of freedom. Hello, Eric.
I'm extra free over here.
Extra free.
Everybody.
Yep. No means no.
And also having a full camera there, we've got Zach and Sarah. Hello, Zach and Sarah.
Hello. What's up?
And
The ugly guy in the center, Zach.
Oh,
just
yeah.
make that clear.
We might have to cut.
No.
We might have to cut this sentence in the broadcast here.
Watch your mouth. We're getting close. Wild card.
And then we've got Charles. Hello, Charles. Thanks for joining.
Hello. Thank you for having me. Very appreciate.
Charles Brown.
And again, as I said, we're a gaming podcast. So if you guys, we got a live Q&A on Google Plus. If you're on YouTube, you can click that little link that brings you to Google Plus and join the live Q&A. Bring up anything you want to hear gaming related, and we'll discuss it to the best of our ability. But to start off with, we're going to get to know everybody and see what everyone's been playing this week. So I'm going to start with our newcomer beside me here, Gaines. Gaines, what have you been playing this week? Anything new and exciting?
New and exciting. Not so much new. I've been putting a lot of time into Smash for Wii U. Went to a tournament. Experimented customs for the first time, and that was amazing. So I got to see a lot of new moves and meet new people. It was good.
Awesome. Just the Smash grind.
Yeah, Smash grind all the time.
Sure. And Braden, is that the same for you? You've found
Actually, not as much. I actually started streaming again yesterday. I was sort of took not a hiatus I said I was going to take, but a hiatus I ended up taking from it, just because I didn't have time. But I've come up with a weekly schedule, and hopefully I'm going to start streaming a lot more often now. And I actually just today discovered the wonders of Smash 64 net play, and mostly Nintendo 64 net play. So I'm going to play Mario Party online.
Can you play Superman, like multiplayer?
Is there multiplayer for Superman?
I don't know, but that needs to happen, I think.
Well, there's Mario 64 multiplayer, apparently.
Can you do Twitch Play Superman 64? Does that sound like a thing to you?
That sounds super fun.
Well, you could, but it's analog inputs.
Not a problem.
Yeah, that's fine. We just build a machine to move all the
Build a real robot. I'm going to program a real robot using Twitch API that actually pushes the buttons on the controller.
Done. Deal. And President of Canada, what have you been playing this week? Nothing?
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne. Oh, yeah, that's out. How is it?
Good.
Good. Is it the description?
I hear that it's challenging.
Yeah, well,
Enough?
is it the same guys that made like Demon Souls and that?
Yes.
Yeah.
From Software's A team.
Okay, I thought so. So when you say A team, and the description of the game was good.
The main director. It's a good game. Great is reserved for great games.
Fair enough.
Very few games are great games.
Worth picking up, renting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Buy now.
I'm not one that likes to torture myself, so I'm probably gonna skip on it.
Well, if you make mistakes, you're punished. That's it.
Yeah, I like to be handed my games. All right, next up, Zach, Sarah. Sarah, you want to start? What have you been playing this week?
Well, back home in Ottawa this weekend, I introduced my family to Mario Party 10 on the Wii U, and we're actually still a family, believe it or not. So that was fun. We actually, for the first time, tried the Bowser mode, so that lets 5 people play, 4 people on the board, and then 1 person plays as Bowser and tries to basically make the rest of the team lose. And so my brother took the role of Bowser, and I don't really like him very much anymore, but it was actually really fun. It's a little disappointing in the grand scheme of Mario Party, but it's a good party game, as it should be. It's meant to be casual. My mom played. That was interesting. But yeah, no, that was good, and that's probably the main update for me. I bought a car this past week, so been driving and not playing.
Real life driving, not racing in video games.
Yeah, no.
I was able to sit passenger seat for the trip, so I brought my DS with me, so I downloaded Mega Man 1, 2, and 3.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So beat those 3. I have 4 that's on the back burner, so I'll do that sometime soon, and I got 5 and 6. So I did those. Sunk a bunch more time into Pokemon, and then I actually started playing, Eric will appreciate this, I started playing Chrono Trigger again, just because I gotten bored after, and honestly the Mega Man games didn't take me that long to beat, so I popped in Chrono Trigger and started playing that again, playing fresh from no new Game Plus, just right from the beginning, so it's been good.
Awesome. And Eric, if we can get your lovely face back.
Hey.
Jeez. Hey, what have you been playing?
What have I been playing? Well, I bought a PS4 today, finally.
Nice. There we go. Coming to the dark side.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah. I know, I got rid of my Xbox One. But it only has The Last of Us Remastered, I think it came with.
Yeah.
So I'm going to scoop probably Evolve tomorrow and then just go fucking ham on that for, I don't know how long.
So you're getting involved on PS4 then? So that'll be my choice to get it then. I've been waiting.
That game looks so sick. Yeah.
So should get.
But in terms of like what I've been playing, honestly, I've been playing NFL Street 2. I know on my PSP. I know that's really. I'm not gonna lie. Make up something fun.
That's
I've been playing NFL Street and FIFA Street on my PSP.
Were the Street ones the ones where they kind of like you could like full out hit people and stuff?
Yeah, it was like it reminds me of NFL Blitz, so that's kind of why I really like it. And I did get NHL Hits for GameCube too, which I'm gonna be playing a little bit of this week. So just kind of getting some older sports games and messing around with them.
Go back at that nostalgia.
That's really good. Yep. That's me.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Awesome.
Good.
And Charles, what have you been playing this week?
I tried Civ 5 for the first time.
Good.
How was it? I don't know. I hit next turn a whole bunch, and things happened.
Okay,
I'm not quite sure how I feel about the game yet. Like,
Civ turn-based?
Pardon?
Yeah.
What?
Is Civ turn-based?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's a turn-based 4X game, so it's like turn-based strategy, and a lot of the stuff can be automated, and thank fucking God it can be, because there's a lot to micromanage, but at the same time, I'm not exactly sure what the hell is going on. Just things are happening, and I'm just hitting the next turn button. I'm like, okay.
We'll just let it run its course.
Okay. I think I'm winning.
You basically need to play like 10 or 20 games, and which is a lot for Civ, but you need to play that game a while. And then every new game, you start focusing on some new thing that you weren't micromanaging before, until eventually you can actually play for real.
So about
Wait.
600 hours into playing the game, you start actually enjoying it.
Over exaggerating, but right idea. Yeah, it takes a while.
Yeah, I always thought it was like an RTS kind of thing.
It is an RTS kind of. Not in the same vein as StarCraft, but like.
No, it's not real time.
It's not real time. It's turn-based.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. That's true. I don't know why I thought that was. But it's a strategy game.
And
So-
I played one game of Dota.
Yes.
You are thinking of Age of Empires.
Yeah. Okay. Well, see, I played Age of Empires. I just thought Civ was like along the same kind of vein, but I guess not.
Same kind of thing.
No, it's not RTS.
Okay. Yeah. No, I think I'll probably continue to skip on that because I'm not a big fan of turn-based games.
It's not for everyone. Why do you have two PS4s?
Okay, Brody, tell us the story about why you have two PS4s. I don't remember hearing this story. I want to hear it on live air.
Well, it was kind of just a like, why not kind of thing.
No.
Why?
Why did you get it?
I got the original black PS4 at launch, the launch PS4, and then it was about a year later. I think they said, "Hey, we've got a super cool white one coming out," and like, how can you say no to that? So
You already have a PS4.
Yeah, but I needed a white one.
Why didn't you sell your own?
With Destiny?
Like, how are they set
Didn't
up
you
like
order
that?
with Destiny as like a bundle?
Yeah, it was the Destiny bundle that it came with.
They're like a thing.
It's parallelogram.
Are you still playing Destiny, Brody, or are you done with that?
No,
I remember the hype. I've been
getting back into COD a lot more recently. I forgot how much better Advanced Warfare was than any of the other CODs. I'd say it's probably the best COD in the series. So I've been getting back into that and realizing I sucked, but then I got good again.
I'm a salmon guy.
So I'm getting back into shooters. So I might pick up Destiny again because I'm not sure if the next DLC is out yet. I know I did the first one, all the raids for that. So I'm kind of just going back as the new raids come out into that because it's still a fun game. But I have other games like Dying Light. I'm still trying to get through too, right? So it's tough to even play one game, let alone 5. But yes, I will go back to Destiny as soon as the next the new raids come out for it.
Step up. It's hard to play more than one game.
Well, when you're doing things all the time.
You have two PS4s. That
I can
literally play 2 games at once.
don't pay attention.
That's awesome.
You should be able to split your screen so that it's displaying both inputs,
Yeah,
HDMI 1 and 2.
Brody, don't you have like 3 TVs? Can't you just like hook your PS4 up to another one?
Smash.
Yeah, two or CRTs.
We're not allowed to play other games on them other than Smash.
Just Smash Brothers.
Oh right. I forgot about the rules.
Yeah.
I do have other flat screens though, so I guess I could just jump one controller in each hand, use my foot for the.
You gotta learn Toes style.
Yeah. There's a Smash player named Toes, and one of his arms, he's got a disability, so he uses his foot, his left foot, as his other hand to play. So he sits on the floor and plays. He's actually decent too, considering he's using a foot.
He actually beats.
Yeah. I can even
He
start to
beats
do that.
real human beings.
Sure, it's Axel there.
Yep, they're there. Eric seems to have died off though.
I knew someone was gone.
Yeah.
I can count and stuff.
Oh wait, there you go.
This is Broly, like, he plays champ.
He joined back as the Gamers Roundtable. All right, so with that then, I think I'm going to get on to some of the news pieces that we have here. I don't know if you guys have any. I just have a couple quick ones and maybe some discussions before we get into our topics. Oh yeah, which I forgot to mention to everyone. Our topic today is if you were thanks to Eric, if you were stranded on an island and you had to take you had the choice of 2 games to have with you while you're on that island, what games would those be? I guess Charles bargained his way into having a satellite internet connection.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter because internet is shit.
Yeah, and Eric, I think Eric said there's one more rule: you can't pick Minecraft. So that's
So what kind of TV do you have with you?
whatever. Just what you'll have.
Okay, here's the rules. We actually nixed the satellite, so you have no internet.
No internet.
Oh, no internet now.
Okay.
Yeah, internet.
And
you have your choice. You have your choice of a CRT or a flat screen 32-inch TV.
Can we have both?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, that's good.
So game, desert islands, unlimited power, no internet.
Pretty much, yeah.
Can we sell the TVs for a ticket home?
How many games? Three games?
The desert island, they don't take your currency.
Okay, so think about that. We're gonna get to that after we do our news pieces. So think of your 2 games, and we'll go through and figure it out. Any viewers, let us know in the YouTube comments or in the Q&A what your choices would be. I'd love to hear some of the games people come up with. But yeah, so recently at the last Nintendo Direct, obviously we saw Mewtwo get his gameplay trailer. We also saw a surprise character come along, Lucas.
Surprise.
Lucas has been announced as well for Smash 4. And one that I don't think a lot of people saw coming was that the Nintendo has also opened up the ability to vote for another character to be put in as DLC for Smash 4. So a lot of people are giving some ridiculous ideas, but there's actually been a lot of third-party interest for other characters. I know one of the big ones that kind of pushed the way for the third parties was Crash Bandicoot. I think it was, or no, sorry, it was Banjo-Kazooie. I always mix the two up.
Crash was another one.
Yes,
too.
but Crash was, after that. But
Money-making idea for Nintendo, letting third parties buy their place into Smash 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's
Where do you see this?
and then Nintendo sells it as like DLC and like gives some of the proceeds back to the original like IP owner.
Yeah, I'm sure obviously they'll work out their contracts on the royalties for DLC and that, but like I think it's a great opportunity that again I forget who it was from Rare said that they'd be 100% down.
Phil Spencer.
Yeah.
Phil Spencer.
That was from Microsoft.
Yeah, from Microsoft. Yeah, he supported it. Yeah, so 100% they'd be down. Like so, a lot of third parties are down for this. I think someone from Kojima retweeted something about Snake being put into it.
Yep.
Or not Kojima, Konami.
That he would want.
Kojima.
They would love to.
My apologies. It was Konami that retweeted it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, which means no, Kojima's gone.
Anderson Silva, let's go.
Anderson Silva. So there's been a lot of interesting things. I want to see what you guys would vote and why you think they'd be a good candidate. So I'm gonna go to Gaines here because I want to see what ideas he has since he's really into the game.
Okay, so there's a Reddit poll for this actually, and they collected all the Reddit users and the percentages of who voted for what character. And I think a really good one, besides Banjo-Kazooie, because I love Banjo, would be King K. Rool from Donkey Kong, because A, he's a villain from the series, which they don't have in the game. B, he's a heavyweight, which would fit along with the other heavyweight villains like Bowser, King Dedede, etc. His moveset would be, it would be pretty easy. So he's one, and then, I've got to vote for Banjo as well. I love the games when I was a kid. And his moveset would be so simple with his abilities, so those two would be, I think, perfect for the game, without a doubt. Those would be my two.
Now, my question quick to you, though, is you want a heavier, slower-moving character.
No,
Do you think that'll help?
I never said I wanted it. That's
Okay.
more. That's
You
more.
just think it'd be cool.
I think that's something that could be that people are voting for right now. That is a good possibility of happening. What I personally would like would be for a character named Isaac from the Golden Sun series, which is also being very, very, very much upvoted right now on Reddit. Is a sword character who also has magic, which would be another sword character, but a sword character that I can actually have really great mix-ups with using his sword, which actually has range, unlike Robin, with magic as well, and be a viable character. That's who I would want. But I think for the two top voted right now is King K. Rool and Banjo for sure.
Yeah, I think Banjo's getting a lot of support.
He is.
Yeah. And I think we can determine who Braden would like.
But I'll say something about it though.
But
before, sorry, someone saying something?
Yeah.
No, I was just
Was that
saying,
Eric?
do you think that they would develop him with Kazooie like in his backpack? as kind of like.
Guaranteed.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, he would definitely be in
No,
there.
with Banjo and Kazooie would be the character.
Yeah.
But like they just say Banjo to be short form.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I got you.
so of course I go Banjo Kazooie. But before because I first, and I think a lot of people were this way too, I figured that third parties wouldn't be considered, so I voted for Dixie Kong. Because
Okay.
she's cool, and I think she would have
Piss off game.
the best down air. I think. I'm
yeah,
just imagining it.
Yeah, that's a possible character.
What about you?
And also another thing about there was another poll that happened. I'm pretty sure it's before the Banjo-Kazooie thing, so I think it's before third parties were really being considered. But a Shovel Knight.
Yeah, that is still
Shovel
being
Knight.
considered right now. That was voted for with like that's huge. Right
Everybody
now.
wants Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight as well. It's huge.
What's a Shovel Knight?
I don't know. I just know he's being voted for.
You don't know Shovel Knight?
Oh, the game is called Shovel Knight.
I'm kidding.
Oh, President of Canada calls it a great game.
Oh, it is a great game.
It is a great game. I like it. I liked it a lot.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Banjo
I say
and Shovel.
Dixie and Banjo.
Oh, Dixie and Banjo for sure.
What?
Yeah.
Like I just what about like well maybe not maybe like Cat's Sight or Queena, like I'm thinking like why has no Final Fantasy really gotten any love? They got like some big
Final Fantasy is stupid.
Oh.
Well,
shots fired.
the thing with Final Fantasy is like there's so many games and like there's so many like popular choices. Like they
oh
would
my
even
god.
Good
What's
thing
that
you
answer?
answered.
Okay,
The only answer is Red Mage and Red Wizard. The two
Red Mage
best,
for Smash 4.
the two best Final Fantasy characters on Nintendo platforms.
The real answer is probably because Final Fantasy isn't a like high action game, so like it's not that you can't really envision the.
A what?
There's Fire Emblem.
Recorded?
Dude, it's an
Wait,
RPG.
you have no idea what you're talking about. You have
It's
no
not
clue what you're talking about when it comes to Final Fantasy. You should just like when it comes to Final Fantasy, just zip it. Zip it down.
Okay, that's the new rule. If Final Fantasy comes up, I say no words.
Just zip your lip.
That might be the
Well, I
better
already
one.
answered that. Red Mage is all that matters from that series on Nintendo platforms.
Okay, so President of Canada.
It is other
What's your almighty word of who will be put into Smash 4 for the
Who
voting
will
character?
or who?
Well, you're the President of Canada. You get to decide.
Well, it's a Japanese company. I don't control them yet. But so a few ideas was mostly to get more exposure to those games. Marina from Mischief Makers, or Marina, however you want to pronounce it, Marina, because robot maid girl going shake, 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 and blowing shit up. Mystical Ninja Goemon because
sorry.
Wonder Red from Wonderful 101 because he's Wonder fucking Red.
Yeah.
Go play that game now. That is a great game. And of course, Sagat from Street Fighter 2. The Street Fighter 2 Sprite on Super Nintendo.
You guys mentioned Final Fantasy.
Tiger.
I want to recommend. I almost want to recommend Aerith, except you'd never get to learn all of her moves because you'd die.
I don't think we'll see a Final Fantasy character make it
Gotta
to the
be,
series.
well, it would have to be something that appeared on Nintendo platforms, right?
It was a joke.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing is.
Raviolis when I heard my name. What did you say?
We didn't say anything about America.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I forgot to mention Simon
Better
Belmont.
keep it that way.
That's a hugely popular one.
Simon Belmont would be sick.
Yeah,
But
Belmont
there
is
is
awesome.
Pennsylvania routes. It's
Hey, maybe let other people take turns. Because that was going to be the one I was going to say, you jerk.
So,
What do you want to say?
I'm gonna move over to Zach and Sarah then, since they seem anxious to get theirs out.
the captain of the Ottawa Senators.
So, in terms of Final Fantasy,
From NHL 2011.
And slow internet strikes again.
I love how it always.
Zach. And
Always
Sarah.
when Zach is gonna make some sort of important.
I like how it craps out. I like how it craps out always after someone starts. So about this thing.
Yep. Okay, so maybe we'll
get back to Zach.
Get
What about Sarah?
uncurl their cords.
Zach is like raging right now, like trying to get like the window to work because he's like, oh my god, just when I was about to say something.
Okay. Are they back?
Wait,
It looks like they might be back.
Can you hear me now?
Oh,
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay.
Let's go.
Technical
What I was going to
difficulties.
say about Final Fantasy, character that was on Super Nintendo, Mog, and he's iconic throughout the Final Fantasy series. The Mog could
Red
work.
Yes.
Mog, yep.
Okay.
How about Chocobo?
Now, in terms of other characters, so Simon Belmont would be a good one because I mean Castlevania is huge. That's another Konami character, so we're not just going back to the same characters that we had in Smash before. Other ones that would be good from Capcom, two characters that were in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Do Arthur, or you could do Zero. Would both work very well.
Zero, I think.
You could obviously throw in Tails or Knuckles.
No.
Zero's the most
I think
sense.
Tails would be a terrible idea.
Knuckles
would be awful.
again is so cool though.
How would, but why would Tails be awful? Like you can already picture how his character dynamic would work. He would have a jump similar to like Kirby and King Day, but like a slower version of Sonic.
That lasts like Rob's.
I think his up B would be obviously his helicopter with his tail, just like, you know.
Knuckles offers more distinction because he's more like a brawler. Is basically it. Like
Well,
Tails
that's the
would still be
thing.
interesting.
At
But
least
I would
Knuckles
prefer
would-
Knuckles.
But that would be weird too because Knuckles is sort of like the tertiary character in those three main characters of the game. So to include Knuckles over Tails would be
So,
weird and like a
They have
priority
to see,
thing.
Yeah, but I don't see Tails' character being particularly like a particularly heavy striker, and the game doesn't offer too much like strategy in the sense of having like a controlling support kind of character. It's not a team game, so that's kind of the role that Tails keeps getting shoehorned into. So that's where you would see him, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas Knuckles, he's a villain in one of the characters. Like he's a minor villain in some of the games. He actually shows up, and he is a brawler. Like he's obviously like a fighty type of person. So why not?
He also
he would definitely be a cool character.
eyeballs.
What?
He actually has two distinct
Oh yeah,
eyeballs
unlike
as well.
Sonic, who's got one eyeball.
Yeah.
If you guys actually look at this, look at Sonic and look at him. He has one eye.
Yeah.
Two pupils, but one eye.
Yeah, because two pupils and one eye. It's just like he wears ski goggles, and that's his eye.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. All right, with that, we're gonna go to I'm gonna skip over to Charles because Eric has turned into a cat.
I actually don't have very much to offer. I haven't played the Smash series. I know roughly how it works. I remember you trying to teach me how to play Smash, and then I remember just throwing the controller down the stairs and letting fate sort things out for me. That sort of play style. So I can't really offer much input, and I don't have very much input other than just taking everyone else's advice, or like taking everyone else's suggestions and like picking it apart, because that's what I do.
Then give a suggestion.
So who
Oh,
would
so
you
that
like
you guys can pick me apart. Okay. I'm not very familiar with Nintendo characters other than the ones that are already in these games.
As well.
Hmm?
Third parties are welcome as
Some
well.
third parties.
Third parties are welcome as well.
In before
John
League of
Madden.
Legends champion.
No, trying to think of, I don't know, like Ratchet and Clank sort of thing.
Yeah, I think
Actually,
that would work.
maybe-
That would work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it would be another character that's like Banjo-Kazooie that's not Banjo-Kazooie, and I would be spiteful.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, but isn't Ratchet and Clank's more like gizmo oriented? Like,
Well, yeah, it's more like technology, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have different weapons.
Mhm.
And stuff, right? That's like anything with by Insomniac.
Yeah,
Just
well, like,
weapons. and stuff.
Ratchet and Clank or Jack and Daxter, then. If we're thinking in that realm, which one would be better?
Ratchet and Clank.
I like Ratchet and Clank better.
I'd like to see
well,
Ratchet.
Ratchet's the main character and Clank's the supporting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
so it could probably even work with just Ratchet.
That's so Ratchet, dude.
All right, so it looks like Eric's transformed back into his beautiful self.
And he has cereal, too.
Look at that.
No, it's ravioli.
What dimension did he
It's
go to?
ravioli. I want his
Yeah,
magic
I
powers.
don't want your ravioli.
Okay, so
Empire.
who would you like to see in
Well, I told you, like,
Show.
I'm going off of before. Like, I really think that there is some utilization that they can use in some of the more iconic Final Fantasy people. Not just because I'm a Final Fantasy fanboy, but I really think that somebody like a Moog, like, could really have a considerable amount of moves and stuff, and you can make it kind of quirky and stuff like that. That's why I think Cat's-Eye would be such a good character.
He'd be
but
good.
again, like, not too many.
Okay, so the thing is, though, that is the Square Enix still have the rights. The Square Enix produces like the Final Fantasy games, correct?
They
Yes.
make them.
They make
Develop
them.
Yes.
and produce.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a nail to the gun. Like that's not gonna happen right now because
Why?
Square Enix hates Nintendo.
Square Enix hates Nintendo.
No, they don't. They
Yes,
just
they.
released Bravely Default on the 3DS. Sold gangbusters.
No, I'm thinking more recently than
Like yeah, recently like more.
Two.
Yeah.
And there's a new Final Fantasy. Man, there's a new Final Fantasy game coming out for 3DS in the next year.
Yeah, what's the base for them not liking them?
I wish I could have posted this news article.
Yeah, go ahead. It was yeah, you know what?
I just remember it was.
You know what? I'm gonna search it just because it's. You guys can talk amongst yourselves, and I'll come back to it. It's bad though. It's recent. It's very recent.
All right. Well, this is a new discussion.
A new discussion.
Doesn't
Square
matter
Enix-
what I wanted to see in Smash 4 or anything. Okay.
Okay,
Huh?
can we hear you guys now? Because you were like,
Wait,
Yeah,
did Sarah
you guys-
actually give her suggestion?
No, you
Sarah.
like
You just jumped over.
You ignored the emails.
You were like, you guys are crapping out before.
you were letting it out.
You guys were lagging pretty bad.
Yeah, we couldn't hear you.
In
so
our
we just
defense.
Well, it's really
Let's go.
hard to cut through all of your nonsense.
I found the-
I was going to offer one Nintendo-related suggestion.
Do it.
Skull Kid.
Oh, that's also hugely voted
Very
right now
popular.
too. Yeah, it's very popular as well.
Sorry?
We're gonna show you the article we found. We're gonna see if it's
Sarah?
real.
Hello?
It's real life.
Hi.
It's your turn. We heard Skull Kid is.
Yeah,
She said one, yeah.
there you go. Great idea. You're welcome.
Oh, we thought you guys cut it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we thought you guys
It's just that was it.
partially
Drama.
died.
The Skull Kid.
Skull Kid. I don't know Skull Kid. What's
Oh my
Skull
God.
Kid?
Zelda is another one I should shut up about.
Oh, Zelda. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
Skull Kid is
Or not
the
Ocarina, fuck,
character
Majora's.
from Majora's Mask.
Yeah,
Well, technically they are in Ocarina.
That's what this thing.
yeah. But
Okay.
it's like the main dude killing the world in Majora's Mask by bringing the moon down to crush it.
So yeah, I've only played like maybe an hour of Ocarina of Time. That's the only Zelda game I've played, so that's why I had no clue who Skull Kid was.
He's pretty cool. He does a dance like this,
Brody, you need
and he shakes
Brody,
his
you
butt.
need to stop playing Call of Duty and start playing all these that are really good that you've never played before.
I don't know. I just
No,
never really liked
no.
Zelda.
No, Sarah,
I'm glad I'm not alone on that.
Sarah. The mask or no mask?
But you never
Which one
played
hit?
it.
Alternate costumes.
Yeah.
No, the mask should be his final smash.
There it is.
Boom.
Which should be his final smash?
The mask. Majora's
Oh.
Mask.
No, he should pull the moon down like Genova, like a Aeon thing. And what was the one that would? Who was the one that would
Just
pull
like,
the planet down?
Do I have enough mana to summon it?
Maybe more response.
Okay, that was Skull Kid. Yeah, because you said Skull Kid was pretty highly rated.
Oh yeah, he's very like
people
up
want
there with
Skull Kid.
Reddit, with the Reddit users.
That's pretty sweet.
I think he's ranked third right now, actually.
Okay, I guess, and then mine, what I'd like to see, I think my top pick would have to be Kratos.
Kratos, actually, but yeah.
Play All Stars.
Where is
Let's play
Kratos, it's from Tails.
Kratos.
Where are you guys based?
It's Kratos.
From God of War?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Tales of Symphonia. Sorry.
Great that
Then where are you getting that from?
Tales of Symphonia.
Like,
Brody.
it seems like the defining thing for every Smash game was that they must have appeared on a Nintendo platform.
Yeah, like that's what I was gonna say. Like Kratos has never been on Nintendo. We got to think about characters who've been on Nintendo.
I don't know. I heard that all third parties were open season.
The underlining thing Nintendo has always said is that they have to be on their platform, right? They have to have been on Nintendo platform at some point.
Okay, well,
Which includes Spyro even.
Yeah, well, Spyro's another one that I was thinking of as well.
Series.
Well, how the fuck is Sonic in there then?
Sonic characters.
Because Sonic since GameCube has been on tons of titles on Nintendo.
Well, he's been on.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Once Sega stopped making their own systems, they needed somewhere to put their character. Well, I don't know. I still would like Kratos. I mean, like, he was already in All-Stars, and I would love to see him in a Smash game alongside the other Ghost characters.
He won't fit. Yeah.
I think he would. Like,
I don't think he fits though with the roster. Like, if you look at the roster, I don't think
that's like saying Snake fit. Like,
I'm trying to figure out. No, Metal Gear at one point was this thing sucks.
He would fit Ridley?
like, because the thing is,
Too big.
what about Snake? Like, Snake seems out of place, but they
He
put him
was
in.
on.
Snake was on a
GameCube.
Nintendo console. He was on
And-
No. I'm just saying you guys are saying fitting in to the cast.
even Snake though, like I remember playing Brawl and being like, that's fucking weird. Like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so if,
he looked strange. He
No,
did look out of place in my opinion.
Like,
That's
Snake,
kind of-
No,
the
it
only
doesn't.
reason I see Snake having worked is the fact that Kojima games were already so flippin' weird and awkward.
yeah.
Kratos is more closer to having like Super Meat Boy, like leaving blood everywhere and shit. It doesn't really fit Nintendo's motif. Like Snake toes that line, even though he's all about killing people. But yes, you're right. It would be hilarious to see and interesting.
I don't know. I just really want.
If anyone can make it work.
Yeah. Until then, I'll just have to continue to play PlayStation.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
You and all 5 other people.
What about some of the Ninja Turtles?
Ninja Turtles.
Hey,
Nah.
All 4 Ninja Turtles
all
one character.
Yeah, you wouldn't put
In one character.
You wouldn't be able to put one in. So.
They would just be alternate costumes of each other.
Yeah.
But actually be different characters.
Yeah, the different colors could be the different character. Yeah.
Different styles.
That'd be interesting.
Mortal Kombat X has 3 styles per character. It's
Yeah.
cool.
So I think when it comes down to it, like, it was interesting to see everybody's picks because it showed everyone just kind of interest in different games too and what they like to see. But I'm actually interested to see what's going to make it through. I mean, obviously, it's most likely going to be something very closely related to Nintendo. And
Maybe it'll be a Dina character.
a
DNA.
Yeah, maybe.
Bayonetta.
It'll be a character from
Dana.
Splatoon.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be Dark Classic Pit.
Oh, Splatoon characters would be perfect. In fact, I'm changing my answer to Satan from Shin Megami Tensei.
Satan from Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah.
What about Satan from? Wait, not Satan. I was thinking of Death from Castlevania.
Yo, how about Parappa the Rapper? Was he on Nintendo at all?
He was
No,
never
he
on.
wasn't.
No,
I think that was PS exclusive.
Gino from Mario RPG.
Lots of people want Gino
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
People wanted Gino for a long time.
Yeah. Boo.
I've seen Paper Mario voted pretty high as well too.
Yes.
Oh,
I think that'd be.
We don't need another Mario.
We have too many Marios.
Yeah, because
I agree. I'm
More
just saying it's
Mario.
highly.
There's a lot for Mike Jones.
they already have a lot of Marios. They have red Mario, green Mario, yellow Mario.
They have 8 different Mario colors. That's nuts.
Too many Marios.
Dr.
There's so
Mario.
many characters though that have been on Nintendo, like that would work from other third-party companies that would work flawlessly. Like,
Yeah, you're right. I think like there's so many options.
like I can think from Mega Man alone, there's like 3 solid characters that you could put in the game easy, and it would work.
Proto Man.
Proto Man and Zero would be.
Proto Man,
solid.
Zero, and Base.
Oh yeah, base.
I think
Roll.
Isn't Base a little similar to Mega Man though? Isn't
No.
Base-
Base is similar-ish to Mega Man, but you'd have treble,
Yeah, that's true.
and treble would make the character very cool.
Rayman?
Move on.
Yeah, Raymond.
Raymond.
Jess recommended Rayman.
I
Rayman, you know, the guy with no arms.
The Lum.
Rayman was
Yeah, he has that big brother, angry father, and interfering mother.
What?
Well, that leak video could come real then if he ever gets put in. Look at that
It's not
foreshadowing.
real.
Look at that
It's very
foreshadowing.
not real.
No, it wasn't real.
No, it wasn't. I know.
He said
But then it would be real if he got put in.
Oh yeah, then it would. Well, no, then it'd still be fake. It'd just be like
I guess,
foreshadowing
yeah,
the future.
Good foreshadowing. Anyways, yeah, it just shows that there's so many characters that would actually be good and fit in with this. So it's interesting to see what Nintendo's going to go with. I think the ballot, closes in like October? Or something?
October.
Yeah, so you guys got a while to vote. You can just go to Nintendo's site, vote for what characters you want, description of why you think they'd be good. I'm interested to see what characters are actually going to come through. And if they'll continue, and maybe they'll pick a few, hopefully.
I hope so.
They're gonna do one at a time. It takes a long time with the characters of the game.
Oh, of course. And things we're not going to see this character, whatever it is, for another 2 years probably.
I'd say a year.
Develop it once they pick it.
Probably,
It's gonna take it the next year for sure.
To summarize, I'm sure we'll all see the news post 2 months from now. Smash Brothers team dissolved. And we'll all be moved.
No, I don't think so.
It's got no more Smash.
Or they don't like the top pick and they just pick something else.
Given to Dina.
Yeah.
They just, released a MOBA.
Yeah, that's kind of almost what they were aiming for with Wonderful 101 before Platinum took it their own direction.
Yeah.
It was going to be a big Nintendo crossover game.
Okay, move on to the next news. Just a quick one here. Not much discussion on it. It looks like Sony has hired Jay Basu. He's a British writer to write a Metal Gear Solid movie.
Why would? Oh, because Sony Pictures is doing it.
Yeah.
Goddamn time.
So we'll see. I know video games translated to movies haven't had the best history.
But that's like the easiest translation ever. Isn't it? Metal Gear Solid to a movie? I think it fits perfectly.
Hey, remember
No, not
there was
to a
that
Hollywood
movie called
success,
Resident
but-
Evil that everybody said the same thing about? I said,
Huh?
remember there was that movie called Resident Evil that everybody said the same thing about? It was super easy to translate.
Yeah.
And they,
I think it would be easier though, wouldn't it be?
It's
like
not that it would be easier, it's that the amount you would have to sacrifice to satisfy Hollywood demands and market demands
That's right.
for the series.
I suppose.
Yeah.
The things that they would put in as like nods to the series would end up like cheap jokes for everyone else. Like,
him hiding in a box.
snake in a box.
Yeah, and the thing is, you look at like, for instance, the Uncharted movie's been changed directors, changed writers so many times
There's an
because
Uncharted movie?
people keep. Yeah, well, originally the first director wanted to change basically the lore, and like they changed where Drake came from.
Oh,
and,
they
and
want
that-
to make him a reasonable human being and not a mass murderer.
Yeah, but they wanted to have family background and stuff, which you didn't. So they're going to make up lore and change some things. So that you also run into the issue of writers and directors want to change the story a bit, right? To again, as you said, to satisfy Hollywood needs. But so it ends up just ruining the core game, like what it is, and the characters behind it. So it's really hard to translate movies,
In
video
any
games
case-
into movies, right?
Kojima's probably not going to be involved with it enough for it to be good, so.
Well, no, his name keeps getting removed from every. He
They
actually,
added it back.
his name just got removed though from the Silent Hill series.
Yeah, and then they've started adding it back.
Oh, did they?
Like in the past 2 days.
Okay, because I just saw that article today. Maybe it was dated a couple days ago.
Wait, slightly off topic, but the new Silent Hill game is like Silent Hills plural, right?
Yeah, but S is basically a 5.
Okay,
Correct.
and Silent Hill is usually singular.
Yes.
So I'm not just like tripping out here.
Yes.
It's actually okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that way they get both the reboot option, or it's actually Silent Hill 5 because S is 5, right?
Right.
Ah.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
I
Kojima.
so see where they're going with that. Why are they doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so one more quick discussion piece before we get to our our 2 games on when we're trapped on an island.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah. So we have recently, you guys 64 remake. The guy did in Unity.
Oh yeah.
Nintendo just issued a takedown notice for it.
Oh.
Not unexpectedly.
Nice.
So, well, I guess
Oh, cool.
in this case, I guess he had ripped assets straight from like a Mario Galaxy, and that so they're direct
shocking.
assets.
Yeah.
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 So obviously there's more reason than that. But my question to you guys is, what are your thoughts then on companies allowing fan-made projects when they're clearly not making any profit or money off of it? Like this guy, I think, was just doing it as a portfolio to get jobs in the future. And I guess then he'll be profiting by working for a company, but he's not selling the product at all. So what do you guys think about companies not supporting these fan-made projects because it's, I guess, infringing on their IP? Like, look at Project M, stuff like that, or just these small projects.
But people do profit off Project M.
Not Project M team.
Not the
but
team.
people.
Yeah, no, not
That's true.
So what are you guys' thoughts? I mean, maybe I feel like the president of Canada might have some good thoughts on this. What are your thoughts on?
Fundamentally, you must defend your trademark and your brand, and if you don't pursue anyone on that issue, then someone can, say, rip your latest models and start producing posters or movies or whatever that are very unflattering for your brand.
Mm-hmm.
And with no comment on the issue, then you open yourself up to all sorts of things in that industry. At the same time, you must be selective, and you must not, try to shut down fan projects en masse, because then you have a PR disaster and you basically run afoul of fair use and all that stuff. Everything from fan comics to whatever, So it's an iffy issue, and there is no yes or no for every situation.
I think that if it wasn't Mario, it wouldn't be that big of an issue. I mean, look at when they did, what was that movie? Oh my God. Wreck-It Ralph, and the guys from Pixar contacted Nintendo and like, yo, we want to use Mario, we want to put him in the movie, and they're like, no, can't do it. They're like, Mario is too much, he's too important to us, we can't relinquish him to.
Yeah.
So there's 2 examples I should give right now before people continue. There was the Mother 3 translation patch, which was entirely fan-made, and those of me saying, yeah, good job. And then there was the Mother 4.
How did you do Bowser, right? It's...
Oh, Hangouts, you're such a lovely dream.
Sorry, we started talking, continuing on because you guys dropped out again.
Sorry, I thought
I think they're still dropped a little bit. Somebody dropped their internet on its
the
head.
Mother 4 fan game that basically used the name, wasn't for sale or anything, and they let that continue on. They let those things go on. So there's a line to toe, right?
Well, that's like their unknown IPs. It's just like, yeah, we own it, but nobody knows about it. So I mean, what harm could there be if we tried to let somebody play with it and maybe we'll pick up where they left off, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't think Nintendo's that forward looking.
No.
No. Most
or
companies,
introspective.
or most corporate lawyers aren't that forward looking.
Yeah. No, it's something I think.
I choose my words very carefully there.
Mine's on the character. A lot of it has to do with it because it was Mario.
A lot of it has to do with also the parent company. Also tends to have issues with fan-made projects.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Anything too. You look at YouTube videos; they're huge on taking those down. Anything like Twitch, all that's like that. A lot of those issues came because Nintendo is just so hardcore when it comes to.
Well, they don't take those down right now. They just take the advertising revenue if you don't go through their channels.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No. I don't know. Nintendo's probably one of the worst. I think you're right. There's no black and white answer to it. It's kind of tough when it comes to your IP. You don't want to do nothing because then people do everything.
You don't want to.
So it's tough. I don't know. Do you guys have any more input? Sorry, I know.
What's up with Zach and Sarah there?
Zach and Sarah, I don't know. It looked like they muted themselves. They were cutting out a bit there.
Did Zach?
But I don't know. Charles, Eric, do you guys have any input on fan-made projects and IP protection in that?
Nope.
Well, really all the guy has to do is be like, okay, and now there are other characters, and now Nintendo can't really do very much, and they probably won't. It's you're playing with somebody's baby there. Probably shouldn't do that if you haven't asked for their permission, and seeing as it's their golden baby, they don't want anyone to play with it at all. They want to have full control over the Mario franchise, which makes sense because that's like their biggest thing.
Yeah.
But like if you change the character, it'd be like, okay, and now it's a giraffe, and these enemies are now like, I don't know, like blueberries or something. Like, what's Nintendo gonna say? Probably nothing because they can't really. I mean, now it's different. Now they've removed the brand from the image, and I guess he would still have to change up the levels a bit because the design is probably still intellectual property. But even then, like he could still run the project. It's just it would be different. And if Nintendo doesn't want to pick up on his coding, doesn't want to pick up on this guy's capabilities to actually make an HD remake, then that's their own dumb fault. He's clearly doing it. They know he's doing it. He's probably doing a good job. It's got a lot of community. Does it have a lot of community support? I remember hearing about it a number of times, and I don't often hear about things like this. So, I mean, they could make a smart decision and be like, hey, so want to work on this project with us? Because you've pretty much already done all the work. And he'd probably be like, oh, yeah, of course. Like, take me on. I'll finish the project for you. Sure, why not?
Yeah. My issue kind of lies more on the side that, well, like, again, this instance in particular, it wasn't really affecting the brand but what you're doing is you're restricting someone's artistic expression, right? You know, someone wanted to.
Well, when somebody's artistic expression is literally copying somebody else's thing and just making it better, then it's not really artistic expression anymore, is it?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying in general. Like, what if this guy had used some of these assets just to make a really crazy, ridiculous level, but using those assets? You know, it's artistic expression, and he's not profiting off of it.
They don't take down like ROM hacks and stuff. They don't
like
take those
Kaizo
down.
Mario.
Yeah, they don't take those down at all. I think a better way to phrase what you're trying to get at, Brody, is what if Mario was never in 3D and someone made a 3D Mario project, for instance?
Well, then it's suddenly a lot. It's a lot better. It's a better avenue than what Nintendo is taking, and then then they're like, well, why do we want 2D Mario when we can get 3D Mario?
Yeah.
So there's a few more good examples I thought of. One of the earliest things it did as an independent developer in the 90s was create a PC version of Super Mario Bros. And they pitched it to Nintendo, and Nintendo didn't like sue them or anything. They just said, well, we're not interested. And so they dropped it there. There was a Streets of Rage HD PC online remake recently by a fan group. And what they did is my tip to anyone doing these things, which is do the whole thing, then release it, because once you're taken down, it's out there.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas this guy's fan project, well, now you're not going to be finishing it publicly, at least.
Yeah.
I think another problem we didn't really get at is this Nintendo might have their own future, or predict that they might someday have their own future Mario 64 HD ambitions, and this encroaches on that somewhat from the PR legal perspective, as silly as it may be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, it was like one level, and it had flaky physics problems. They might not have the ambitions now, so they're not going to be hiring the guy or something. They just want to shut down anything that might affect their future ambitions.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I think things would be a little maybe more accepted too. Maybe if companies started giving a more detailed reason behind their takedown notices. So, like, what about like if Nintendo had said, okay, these are the reasons we're taking down this Unity project? I think people would be more receptive to that.
That opens up way too big of a can of worms, right? That's why you have the legal guys in the first place.
I guess. I think it's to a degree. I guess I agree that you obviously got to protect the IP, but I don't know. I think it's silly how intense some companies like Nintendo get when it comes to blocking any fan-made stuff.
Well, it's the thing.
With that character, I understand it.
They're not exactly blocking fan-made things, right? It's very selective in what they're doing.
Well, like
like Mother 4 is using the name Mother 4 outright, right? And they know about that, and they've made jokes about the entire series recently. They just released Earthbound on the Wii Virtual Console like 4 months ago.
Yeah,
I guess.
So like, there's activity there on their side of some sort. They just added Lucas to Smash Brothers, for instance, or they're adding him, I should say, back into the series. So they're paying attention to that stuff.
Yeah, that kind of weirds me out though that they'd allow something like that, but then they're completely turning a blind side to something like PM.
So they aren't turning a blind side to that. They're very clearly enforcing.
Sorry, not blind side. Like they're just pretending like it doesn't exist. They're not.
They're just not directly addressing it, and they're just having it shut down through normal means of sponsoring events and not having it there.
Yeah, but it's weird that they issued
a statement on that already a long time ago.
What was it?
We don't support these things, and it's probably infringement.
Well, what about as you said, that Mother project?
That one?
Why is
I
that
think the only
special?
statement was a PR because that is a completely new thing, not using any of their own content, and it outright calls itself a fan game. The weird thing is I can't remember if they're charging money for it, but that if they are, then that's where it gets spooky.
Yeah, that obviously would reward it because then you're making money off it. But yeah, no, it's I guess a weird, again, no black and white gray area. But I just figured I wanted to get some of your guys' inputs on what you thought, especially you,
especially the president of Canada.
President of Canada, for sure.
One day it'll all be free. None remain on the surface.
So I'm going to. I think what we should do is get on to our island games. What I'm going to do is try to get Zach and Sarah back in here for that.
Yeah.
So
what happened to them, man?
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, Hangouts is like you're not allowed to join anymore.
I hope they didn't think we're like ignoring them when we started talking.
No, they know.
Yeah.
Seems strange.
I feel bad.
So everybody
I feel
knows.
bad because we don't have beer right now.
Would you like a beer, President of Canada?
Don't
I
worry.
don't have any.
We'll finish in time for you to get down and get to your nectar of the gods. So
I've already got mine.
what we should do is we should start with our top twos. With us, the people present.
We lost Eric too.
Eric has been.
And we lost Eric. Oh no, everything's falling apart.
Right at the.
They're dropping like flies.
Charles, unfortunately, it seems like you're the individual one like this. You're probably next.
Uh-oh.
No.
Uh-oh.
Are we stuck on the island forever? Is that part of the thing?
What?
Stuck on the island forever, correct?
Stuck on the island forever for the rest of the time.
Indefinitely, yeah.
Okay, name a game that changes. Never the same.
That's never the same.
LSD
Minecraft.
on PS1.
Funny.
No, I'm not joking. That shit's nuts. Great game.
Okay, so while we try to get Zach and Sarah back in, I don't know. We're not ignoring you, Zach and Sarah.
They did think they were being ignored.
I didn't want them to think that.
I blame.
We love you guys.
I don't think they're here.
So strange. Maybe try signing into the Gamers Roundtable thing and come back in. If not, if you can join us in the Q&A, and then we can at least get your games out there. Actually, speaking of Nintendo Direct, is there anything else you guys saw in the Direct that interested you?
Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem.
There we go. Yeah.
It's
Fire
just
Emblem and Shin
Persona
Megami
for
Tensei.
A mix in between the games. Yeah.
Cross between the two. Yeah.
It's basically just Persona for Nintendo.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
Like,
I'm interested in the obviously the character tweaks. So that'll be interesting how they balance the game. If they listen to their competitive fan base, or do they listen to the casual fan base for Smash Brothers?
Smash, okay. Oh yeah, because there is
Because that's a
patch
huge
for that,
huge thing coming up right now.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens because I thought they weren't going to be doing any more patches.
Sakurai did actually, he did say that in December after, but it changed, so.
It might just be bug fixes, even.
Like it did say tweaked character balancing, so you interpret that however you may, but.
Yeah. So what else? They talked about the Yoshi amiibos, the yarn amiibos.
Oh,
I'm actually kind of stoked for those. Those look sweet.
They don't like stand. They're just
There's plush.
They're like plush.
There's plush.
Yarn plush toys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Splatoon. Buy that shit.
Yes. Okay. We'll be doing.
What's the hype about Splatoon? I don't get it yet.
It's
maybe eventually I'll understand.
It's just the squid characters.
It'll be okay. I think it's going to be okay. I think it's going to be really overhyped. You know?
I don't get it yet. We'll see.
It's just a fun little shooter game about painting the world and blowing up squid girls and squid boys.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wasn't The Blob a fun little game about painting the world that was like a terrible game?
The Blob?
The Blob?
Never heard of
The Blob was okay.
I did not like that game very much.
There was something else interesting in the Nintendo Direct. What was it? It was
a lack of Star Fox.
No, what?
Complete lack of Star Fox.
Yeah, that's weird because they just announced.
They announced the website for it right before.
Did they?
Yeah, they announced the official website for it right
because they realized, there's no Star Fox in this video.
That's what
So the most important thing you must have noticed is Pokemon Rumble's basically a goddamn mobile game.
Oh yeah, that's ridiculous.
Pokemon.
Here's the game. It's free to play, but everything in the game costs money.
Yeah, so that was my biggest thing is the complete free to play model. For that game, like you need to. As soon as he mentioned the
diamonds.
The second he said
you
diamonds,
could see them before he mentioned them, and the second I saw the symbol, I'm like, oh man.
Yeah. You could tell.
The second I saw the diamonds, I'm like, it's coming. Don't let it go. Don't let it happen. But you can buy more diamonds through the store. No, Nintendo.
It's not a necessity. I mean, it's not something that you need to do.
It's a bare necessity.
Yeah. In case Charles, I don't know if you watched the Nintendo Direct at all, but Nintendo announced Pokemon Rumble. It's kind of like a top-down
you go around
Dynasty Warriors kind of game.
Where you go around moving your Pokemon, and they automatically attack other creatures in the world. Like you don't press buttons to attack; they auto-attack.
Oh, really? Okay.
So you can see where the free-to-play stuff would play into that.
Regardless, yeah, it's going to be a game. It's on the DS, right? The 3DS.
3DS, yeah.
That is completely free to play, but they have a currency in it, diamonds, that you can buy diamond packs for, and to use the diamonds to do more things. So Nintendo has gone.
Win, right?
Well,
it's a single-player game, but yes.
Yeah, and it's like any of your other games that use a in-game currency that you need to do stuff, like Clash of Clans, stuff like that. Candy Crush, where you have to buy more currency to do things, or you have to wait for these things to regenerate or get them through luck of the draw. So basically, they're just trying to get you to spend money. They're trying the free-to-play model. Free-to-play model.
If this makes them any amount of money, I'm going to be very sad.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because they're going to just think it's good, okay, and now they're going to continue to do it.
Confirmation bias.
And now Nintendo becomes the new EA, essentially, right?
Challenge everything.
Challenge everything.
Charge for everything?
We'll see where that goes. I don't know.
Holy crap. You nailed it.
Charge for everything.
I'm adding that to the list.
Charge for everything.
Is there a Zach on that?
That's awesome.
Yeah, what's up with them?
I think they're trying, but
apparently Google has banned them from the internet.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is a very tragic day.
Oh, it's joking. I thought he was being serious.
Yeah, Google has banned Zach and Sarah from the interwebs. They don't even get a good
Me being serious?
I feel bad that they kind of got not ignored on purpose, but like their internet went nuts.
They understand. I'm sure.
Well, bro, you have to send them the password for Gamers Roundtable email.
I did. but they said it didn't work for them.
It's not working.
You should make the password.
Are you using
too.
Swipe
I do use
The hell
Swipe.
is
for a
Somebody should.
No, not for
somebody should
fast.
tell Sarah, just log through Internet Explorer. You'll feel bad,
I had
but it'll be okay.
Yeah, I got something.
There we go.
Oh, I got one.
ends with N.
All right, sorry for the technical difficulties here. But I just re-invited Sarah in, so hopefully that'll allow her to come in. And we'll be able to get her in. But I think what we do, since we're done with the direct stuff, we're going to get on to our two games. So if you are stranded on an island in the middle of nowhere, and you had access to, as we said, unlimited power, so it doesn't matter. You can have multiple screens, so you get whatever equipment you need really to play the game. But you've got 2 games to play for the rest of the time. You're stuck there forever. No internet.
Online only game.
Well, that's going to be a
Then you're
terrible
screwed.
Yep.
Don't bring the
We
new
already
SimCity.
discussed this. I wanted to play MOBAs, but apparently that's not going to be happening.
Ha.
So there is no internet?
No internet.
No internet.
No internet.
I've already got mine ready.
Yeah, we have no internet. So let's get to it. I guess we'll start with games here. Games.
Okay, so I think it's very important. Like I was thinking.
We're gonna do one game each, and then our second game after. So
Okay.
first game.
I created.
So before I even say anything, like
Okay.
I thought to myself, let's pick my favorite game. But that's not a good idea. You're on an island. You're gonna get bored.
Right.
Like if you beat an RPG over and over, you're gonna get bored. Like you're gonna kill yourself. So my first game that I would take would probably be Skyrim, because it's just a game where you can, even if you don't know what you're doing, you can still have fun. There's endless things to explore. You can waste so much time away.
Sorry, Sarah.
So my first game would be Skyrim for sure.
Sarah definitely picked that as one of hers.
Mm-hmm.
I guess an open world. I think basically I feel like a lot of people are gonna have sandbox games.
Yeah.
Just so that it does change up a bit. It's not a linear same thing every time.
That's how you go insane.
Yeah, exactly. So with that, I'm going to see what Brayden has then.
Yeah, it's Fallout 3.
Yeah. Good choice, yeah.
So yeah, I'm falling right into the stereotype here. But it's kind of like Skyrim to me, but I like it better than Skyrim. I'd actually probably it's a hard pick between 3 and New Vegas, really, because I think New Vegas
is it Skyrim with guns?
It's but I also like it better a lot because I like the mood of the game. I like the dialogue more. I like the gameplay more. I like basically everything about Fallout more than I like Elder Scrolls. But because I've never really been interested in that whole like medieval type aesthetic per se.
Aesthetic, yeah.
But I mean, I almost considered saying Skyrim as well, just because that game is like friggin' massive. I'd never like, not necessarily never get tired of it, but never run out of things to do.
Exactly.
Call me a heretic, but I like Oblivion better.
Okay, it's still the same.
That's understandable. I've heard a lot of people say Oblivion is better than Skyrim. I never played Oblivion. I played a little bit of Skyrim, and I didn't like it as much as I like Fallout. I'll just go play Fallout if I want to play a game like this. But aside from that, I'd pick Fallout 3 or New Vegas. Whichever one falls into my hand when I get shipwrecked.
Or plane crashed.
Or plane crashed. Or just like thrown by Gaines. Across the
Zachary. I forgot to mention that you were on Oceanic Flight. What was it?
No, you're gonna the Lost Flight. Oceanic Flight 61.
Yeah.
613, I think.
No, Malaysian Airlines.
Yep, and Malaysian Airlines.
What the two of you decided.
Sarah.
And by the way,
It's Sarah.
Our Sarah back.
Sarah,
back.
Gaines took your thing.
What did he do? What?
He took your thing.
What thing?
His first. So far, picks. Gaines' first pick was Skyrim.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
Braden's first pick was Fallout
Something like
or 3 or New Vegas.
Did we lose Zach? Did he rage quit?
Zach said that the four of you were sucking up all the airtime and said fuck it. So he's playing.
It seemed like it.
He's playing PS4 now.
Tell him to get Bloodborne. Good game.
Yeah, you should move us a little bit longer. Sarah too, right?
Okay. Moving down the line, we got President of Canada. What is one of your games?
Most Canadian game. Tetris.
What?
Pardon?
Tetris.
Why was that Canadian?
We can move on. I don't think we need to explain Tetris.
I guess fair enough. I guess that's true. Okay, I guess we're gonna move over to Sarah. Sarah, what is one of your games that you would pick if you were stranded on an island, no internet?
Well, as you mentioned, Gaines already said Skyrim, and my reason might be different. I didn't get to hear his reason. My reason is because I played it for a few hours and got bored because that's what I always do. So it's an endless world that I could continuously explore forever and ever and ever. And you can be a cat person, so that appeals to me.
I pretty much gave the same reasons,
Except for
the cat part. Cats suck.
Khajiit for the win, yeah. So.
Yes, I guess. I guess that totally makes sense for you that you can be a cat person.
Yeah.
No, that's what we mentioned after too, is that a lot of sandbox games are probably going to fit. Tetris is a sandbox game, right?
You can put Tetris blocks in a sandbox if you have them.
I mean, you're on a beach.
Nobody answer that. Just don't answer that.
So I don't know if Zach wants to give his games while we're on the camera.
No, Zach's playing PS4.
Okay. So we're gonna move over to Eric and see what one of his games, the creator of this question. So I'm interested to see what games he's picked. What's your first pick there then?
And my first game is Grand Theft Auto 5. If you'd like me to
GTA 5.
elaborate on it, I will, but I don't really think you really need to say much about it. I mean, I can still play that game for hours and not get bored.
Honestly, I guess I'll get one of mine out of the way too. That was one of my picks as well too.
I knew it was gonna be one of you.
Because it's just half the time I play the game, I'm not actually even doing anything, but I'm still having fun.
I know. I can't tell you how many times I turn the game on with intent to like do stuff, and I never get it done.
Yeah, I've turned the game off after about 5 hours one time, and thought back like, all right, what did I accomplish today? And realized I did absolutely nothing. But drive around, jump off of things, and blow stuff up, and that's literally it.
That's not what it is.
Right?
Yeah.
None of the missions got completed. So
So that's why I picked that, because I feel like the replay value, is pretty good with mine. There's enough side missions and side quests and stuff to do, and then you can really just run around and cause mayhem. The game doesn't really ever end.
Yeah, it leads to emergent gameplay. So there's a lot of stuff that you can make happen too. So that's what's good about that game. Just the way it was made. Games with emergent gameplay are gonna definitely last a lot longer than linear ones for sure. All right, Charles, you've had some back and forth having internet, not having internet as a requirement. So what was one of your games you ended up landing on?
Okay, well, since they said that we could have satellite internet, and I said that was fucking awful and don't do it, I basically lawyered ourselves out of having internet at all.
Mm-hmm.
I guess way too much on the extremes here. I was gonna pick Skyrim, but Sarah, already took it. Sarah.
And me.
2 people took it.
Yeah, but you didn't write it down or check the doc or anything. Shame. But for my number 2, I picked Civ 5 because I am fucking bad at Civ games. I am just so bad. I played Civ 4 once with friends, and I was like, I don't know, in like Stone Ages when these guys were like Okay, well, I'm at the information age, so I'm about to win. It's like, that's nice.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I've got 2 cities. You guys have got 8.
Yeah.
It's okay. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, I'd play Civ 5 because apparently you can play it for hours and hours and hours, and it gets better around the 600-hour mark or something. Eventually, you stop just
It's
clicking
hyperbole,
your turn
but
and start planning your
yeah.
turns out. I don't know. I want to say a lot of people. I want to actually be able to speak. Wow. But quite a few of the people that I know actually like play this game and enjoy this game. So I'm like, well, I might as well try it. I mean, it comes up at LANs every once in a while, so I might as well learn. If I'm stuck on a desert island, I might as well learn something useful. You know, how to rebuild civilization. Guys, I'm researching the wheel. It's gonna take me 8 more turns.
That's awesome.
That is.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. That's a good pick. And I guess we're gonna skip over me then, because I had a one with Eric there, and then we'll see what's happening. Zach seems to have joined in with a muted mic, so we'll see what happens here.
He looks pissed.
So then,
his picture.
Okay.
Yeah, it's his picture.
That's his picture. That's his resting piss face.
They still hear you.
So we're gonna go to Gaines, and get his second game, his final game that he would have
The
with him.
second game that I would have with me is not released yet, but it is I don't remember the name of the title, but if I explain it, I'm sure you guys will know. It's a game where basically it's like an endless exploration of planets where you can just like leave your planet and go explore other planets. I don't remember.
Everyone keeps taking all my games.
But it would be. It hasn't. Sorry, I don't know when it's coming out.
It's coming out
No Man's
sometime
Land.
soon, right?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Yeah.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah, that's the one. I knew it had Sky in the title.
No Man's Sky. Yeah, why? I keep saying
No Man's
land.
Sky. No Man's
I keep saying land
You
because
said
the,
land.
the tournament. That's
Yeah,
why.
No Man's Sky. That
No
would
Man's
be the
Sky.
game I take because of the endless possibilities, similar to Skyrim, and you'd see cool creatures and just explore forever, right? So.
Yeah. So for the people that don't know what the game is, the idea is that it's
It's an exploration.
it's an exploration game where it's procedurally generated. Every planet is going to be different. I think they said it would take it would take quite a few billion years if you spent 1 second on every planet in the universe. So like it's
Yeah.
massive. It's huge.
The random function.
Yeah.
Quite amazing.
Yeah. But no, I think it's great because they're giving you tools to be able to create things.
You can also fight creatures
You
too.
can create weapons and stuff. So it's the same thing with GTA where you kind of create your own fun in this world and you explore and just see new places. So I think it gives you that kind of exploration that you're going to get from a game like Skyrim
I chose two good
on a
games.
larger scale. I think you did well, yeah.
My games were good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. So just to recap, what were both your games then? You had
Skyrim and that.
Skyrim and No Man's Sky then.
Yeah.
Perfect. So Brandon, what's your second game if you're trapped on an island?
So I had a lot of self-conflict to figure this one out, but I eventually went with Tetris Attack because if I think of games
He's good at it.
of all the games in the world that I have just sat there and spaced out and just played for way too long, it's just like that game. It's the only game in the world I'm good at, and I still meet people who can beat me at it, and it's still stupid. But I can just for some reason sit down and play that game forever and ever and ever, and just like never get tired of it. And I don't know how I managed to do that with a game is seemingly
simple.
so simple.
Yeah.
But I just sit there and play it for ages.
It's a good reason.
I don't know how.
I guess if you've already subjected yourself to crazy hours on end playing it, you know that you
Yeah.
like tired of it.
It's one of those games that like I've spent so many hours on, but like it's not a game that I spent so many hours on that I've done everything with it. Like, of course I've done everything with it. You do everything with it in like 2 hours. You've
Mhm.
done everything with the game. It's like something I will keep doing, not because there's more for me to do, but because I just want to keep playing it. Just because it's an experience I enjoy.
Yeah, fair enough. That's a good reason.
Okay.
It's a great game for sure. So to recap, you've got
Fallout 3 or New Vegas, whichever one the universe decides to throw at me. Because I really
Collector's Edition.
I really can't. Yeah, well, yeah, of course, Collector's Edition. Of course, the Game of the Year edition of both. But whichever one, because I don't really care either one. and the other one I just said, Tetris Attack.
Tetris Attack. Cool. So back to our wonderfully elaborate President of Canada. What is your second game?
So here's the point where I use my presidential prowess to win the game.
Oh.
I take an offline copy of Wikipedia and play wiki racing. And I figure out how to get off the damn island.
Oh my god.
That counts.
That does, yeah.
Wiki racing's a thing.
Wiki racing is so fun.
Yeah, but Wikipedia is not a game, though.
There's an app for it. There's an app in the game.
Yeah, but I mean, with like, if I were to play Civ enough, I would eventually be able to research how to get the fuck off that island.
Yeah, but it doesn't go as easy as throw 12 logs in a pile and you have a boat. I wish it was.
It doesn't?
I wish it was, but Tom Hanks proved that it isn't that easy.
No, you need a volleyball for that.
According to Watchmen, you can actually stitch your boat together with dead bodies.
Yeah.
Sounds legitimate.
By the Dead Sea.
You could just float across.
Yeah. You just float, yeah.
Okay, so to recap, your game-winning selections, podcast-winning selections have been
Tetris and wiki racing with an offline copy of the world's largest encyclopedia. TM.
TM. Okay, podcast is over. See you guys later. So we're gonna go over to Sarah and find out her second game if she's trapped on an island.
I hope you guys can hear me and potentially see my blocking face. It's like really nice and low res. My hair looks this good.
She's turning 8-bit.
Yeah, which is great. 16-bit would be ideal because my second choice is Super Mario World.
Yeah.
Except you're gonna have to speak in chiptunes.
Super Nintendo, right?
I love that game.
So yeah, that was one of my favorite games as a kid. Period. And you know, I know all the secrets to begin with, but it would be one of those games that I would play forever and just see how much faster I can beat it. My current record is not very impressive, so it could use some improvement. The last time I played, my brother and I finished it in one night, but that is not fast enough. So that would be the fun part of playing that on the desert island. Plus, it takes place on islands, so that's kind of cool too.
I guess
hopefully I can find a Yoshi and get off on the Yoshi. I don't know. A blue Yoshi.
We're all trying to find ways off the
island with our games.
Yeah.
Except for
just need a blue Yoshi and a turtle.
For hours.
I can just imagine, we're all together on this island playing our games. We're all like slowly like escaping the island, but there's Braden just sitting there playing Tetris Attack after we've all left.
I found a way to build a ship.
Or he's the first one off.
Braden?
Somehow.
Braden die.
I would probably not feed myself after a certain point.
Yeah. So to recap, your two games then were
Skyrim and Super Mario World.
Copier.
Hey, everyone copied me.
All right.
You're a newbie on this podcast. Watch your mouth.
All right.
Respect the grill of the
elders.
podcast.
I am the token female. I have authority.
And then we all have to respect Eric because he's our elder.
Our token American.
And he created this question for us. So what is your second game then, Eric, for being trapped on an island?
Well, okay, here's where it gets weird. If are we allowed to have? Does the game come with peripherals?
Oh, see, one of my other ones was going to be a game that had Oculus Rift support.
Okay, no, see that's just out of control, Brody.
Guitar Hero.
That's just out of control.
No, okay. My second choice, if peripherals are involved, would be Rock Band.
Okay.
Oh, dude, just do Rocksmith. You can actually learn to play a guitar, right?
Dude,
I know how to play
it doesn't matter because you get a real guitar.
Oh, that's
Damn island.
So is the guitar for Rocksmith a peripheral?
It doesn't come with the game though, so no. It's
you can buy a version of
Rock Band
game.
There was a version of a guitar.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Does it have to come with the game, or is it because I want drums, I want the guitar, I want the bass?
Once you snap that string, it's like
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll give you Rock Band or Guitar Hero.
Okay, then that would be my choice. If peripherals involved. If not, then I'd go Shadow Colossus.
Good game.
Shadow Colossus.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah. Now, again, I haven't played Shadow of the Colossus, so my understanding is that it's fairly linear, or is it not?
There's not much open world, but
Part of it?
it's not much open world, but it's different all the time. You know, every time you play it, and the Colossi kind of have really good AI. You know, they're not. It's not. In my experience, it's not very linear. I feel like I had a different experience every time I played the game.
Okay. Again, I still need to play that.
And it's just very time consuming because if you're playing a boss battle for 2 hours and then like you die, like that really sucks, you know? Like you have to sit there and redo the time consuming battle over again.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so to recap then, your 2 games for being trapped on an island are...
But yeah, I go Rock Band.
Okay, so you had what, Rock Band and...
Plus, if you think about it realistically, you're going to get music and a game.
Same with Tetris.
Yeah.
Same with Fallout. Man, I was just so tired of Fallout soundtrack after a while. I didn't realize that.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, so sorry to recap. You had what games, Eric?
We'll go with the Rock Band, Guitar Hero / Grand Theft Auto 5.
Okay, cool. And then to finish us off, then here we've got Charles.
What about Zach? Zach here?
No, Zach's sorry. So Charles, to finish off us, what is your second game?
Okay, well, somebody stole the thing that I was going to do, No Man's Sky, and
Ooh.
I was
Charles.
For the first time ever, Charles goes robust.
Lagged out. Make a note.
There's a note.
Charles has lagged out. 8:37
I can hear you guys perfectly.
Yes.
Okay, now, okay, I think we may have regained.
No, I'm not dead. I'm difficult to kill. But no, Gaines stole the thing that I was going to do with No Man's Sky, and the game that isn't out yet. Witcher 3.
Watch the game is actually terrible, and we all made a terrible decision.
and also watch us both make terrible decisions here. But no, Witcher 3, because apparently it's supposed to make Skyrim look like garbage in comparison.
I can't wait.
What is it called, sorry?
Witcher 3.
Oh, Witcher 3.
I wanted to pick
Skyrim looked like garbage.
No.
Not graphically.
So yeah, Witcher 3, yeah, I guess that makes sense. You pick over any other RPGs.
That's for PC as well, right?
Yeah. PC Master Race.
Yeah.
So then to recap on your games, you had...
I had Civ 5, because I wasn't allowed to have Skyrim, and Witcher 3.
Civ 5 and Witcher 3. So you're going to learn how to build boats and kill monsters.
Yep.
That's pretty good skill set.
Basically going to be the most useful training regime that I could ever have on a desert island.
I'm gonna make so many color matches though. You guys have.
He can pick our outfits for going back to the mainland.
I will have the fastest thumbs.
I'm actually surprised that no one here picked Melee.
No, because if you don't have people, it's worthless.
Yeah, I guess you never designated if we have people or not.
But if you guys are all stranded on here with me, then
You
I
don't
might
pick
as well.
what?
Yeah, then
Holy Melee.
Oh, yeah, you guys. You guys do Smash.
Smashers.
you didn't say it long enough.
Okay, cool. So I think that's everyone again, because my second game was also taken by games over here.
Oh, I'm so good.
So I think with that wraps us up on our topic in our show for today. So again, if you guys have any games that you would want to, what games would you guys, viewers, bring onto an island with you if you're trapped? No internet. You get 2 games. I'd like to hear in the YouTube comments what you'd pick. But with that, I think we're gonna go down the line and say goodbye to everyone and thanks for the discussions.
Speaking of discussion topics, maybe next time if you're commenting on the YouTube video, you can join us when we're live and actually join the Q&A.
Yeah, jeez.
Exactly.
We should push that.
Come on. But yeah, if you are on the YouTube, you can click that little link on the bottom that says join the Q&A on Google Plus. Join up and talk with us. But I guess we'll go down the line and say au revoir to everyone here. So thanks, Gaines, for joining us this week and giving us your input on your games.
You're quite welcome. See you later, guys.
I like how he has a pink pillow.
Me too. I like this.
He's
as well.
spoiled. And right beside him, we have one of our repeat customers, a slightly newcomer. We got Braden. Thanks for coming out again.
Hopefully I'll be back out. I am a fraud. I'm a fraud. Usually I'm on my own laptop. Basement.
And down at the end, we have the President of Canada, who graced us with his presence today. So thank you.
Presidents.
With your sweet American glasses and your Top Gun hat.
Senior president. Yeah.
Senior President.
I've lost control of my life.
And next to us, at least on my screen here, we've got well, it says Zachary, but it looked like Sarah to me. Thanks, Sarah, for coming out and racing back to join us on the podcast today.
Where's your beard, Zach?
It's not looking so great right now. But thank you for tolerating the fact that I think these guys banned me and I had to join in as Zach. So that's always fun. We'll figure that out for next week, hopefully.
Yeah.
Somebody call up Google and tell them to fix their shit.
Hopefully it won't be in 16-bit anymore either, because you can't read this thing, but you can follow me anywhere pretty much on the internet at Y0 SARAWR. That's Sarar. I made it when I was 18, so don't judge. And yeah, thanks, guys.
Sarar.
I made my tag when I was 17, and it's still cool.
You're a year old.
I made my tag when a couple of weeks ago because I kept changing my Twitter. There was an episode of the Gamers Roundtable where I'm like, I want to change my Twitter handle, and then I did.
Yeah, so go follow Sarah there, and you can also follow Eric at EricMiller3 on the tweeters. So thanks for coming out and representing America.
Yeah. Fuck Canada.
And then next time we have the new Twitter tag Charles. You can follow him at Cruels or on Twitch.
Oh, it's not at Stovetop anymore? Yo, what was the last one? What was your last nickname?
It was Caps Lock.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It had in the process of being with Gamers Roundtable, he's had 3 different Twitter tags.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they let you change it like every other day if you want, so why not? I guess that would make it hard for people to find you, but
yeah, that's the issue.
That's the problem.
And I'm joined by my greatest fan.
Oh my god, this guy's.
I was building that up the whole episode. I was carefully positioning it.
That was too much.
I, as someone who runs a Facebook page about puns, appreciate that significantly.
And that was actually too good that Eric dropped out in amazement.
He dropped out in outrage.
He actually just, it wasn't a rage quit, it was an amaze quit.
Yep.
Don't ever say that again.
And
I'm going to say that all the time now.
And myself, LeafX, you can follow, subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/GamersRoundtable Show. You can see it right underneath all of us right here. Yeah, there it is. Everybody point. And join us next time, 7 p.m. EST. Yes.
7 Eastern.
Yeah, Eastern. Just the Eastern. That's the one. 7 E. And join us either on YouTube or preferably in Hangouts. Or on Google Plus, so you can join the Q&A and talk with us. Thanks for everyone for coming out, watching, and thanks for everyone who joined. Until next time, keep gaming hard.
No.